big develop. Hey, that shit was good. It was real. Y'all doing good. Did you come in? Gotta let go of what's on the surface, though. That's what I was gonna say. Let go of what's on the surface. People, places, things, all of these things. So it's just reality. Life is alive. Gotta let that go. Let the test abruptly, but we back. We back. No warning. Q&A part 2. Part 2. Q&A with the guys. Peace to the gods. Peace to the gods. Let's get it. Shout out to my chief. Shout out to our Muslim prophet Christ. We powerful. Because he made us powerful. That's a fact. Reflecting the light. All the light. You already know. That's a fact. Boom. Oh yeah, no Q&A. Was that real tough shit? Let's get some real tough. Next one. Oh yes. The initial approach was. What kind of question? Yeah. Oh, I got it. That's I'm thinking somebody else. Some of them might not even see it. Oh, that's the young bro. Yeah. Are you ready for that thing? Yeah. He in high school, bro. He's like 16. The younger generation has the higher capacity to receive knowledge itself because they haven't been thoroughly programmed like the so-called elders of the community. We're just a bunch of old people that lived the same life 65 times. Right. Look at you. You was here doing the same thing for 65 years. I should go to you for advice. That's what the thoughts. That's what the thoughts. The elders. The elder is not based in age. The elder is not based in age alone. The elder is based upon consciousness and experience and wisdom. Right. We really know. Chief both the I know that. Hold up, bit up. What's up, bro? Let me turn the light on right quick. What was that? I said, let me turn the light on right quick. My bad. I know I was saying. You got that in my red light? What was it? Yeah, what's your name? Where you calling from? What's up, Reflection? What's up, God? What's your name? Where you calling from? Shit, bro. I'm Q. I'm coming from Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, you from the A? Yeah. I'm from the Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, I already know, big dog. I've been watching y'all niggas. I mean, you know, like, you feel? But man, you know, I've been watching y'all for a minute, bro. Especially Chief, you know what I'm saying? That's my dog. I've been holding him a couple of times, you know what I'm saying? My bad, bro. I'm just getting up, bro. It's all right. Gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying? Go work for the fucking system. In Babylon, trying to get the fuck out. But I called in today. I just wanted to ask, like, man. So shit, I graduated college, bro. I went to college, had a football scholarship. You know what I'm saying? Ended up quitting football because a lot of bullshit. Ended up tearing my MCL. I realized they didn't care. That shit is just basically like a, you know what I'm saying? It's ciphering energy. You know how the shit go. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck about you. That shit is a business, and they basically just want to utilize your body. Beat you the fuck up so you can't be used for nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Had niggas brain dead, you know what I'm saying? Can't even walk, you feel me? Right. So I just beat game, and then when I quit football, bro, I got woke as fuck. I found Chief, nigga. I found Massive Earth. I found Infinite Waters, you feel me? And my dad died when I was 13. So man, I just been I had a stepfather. But I've been figuring this shit out, you know what I'm saying, since I was 13, just going on my own. So, man, I found Chief when balls deep in the knowledge, bro. Just straight up. You know what I'm saying? Listen to all the lectures, bro. I'm like, bro, this nigga speaking truth. You feel me? So I was just moved by this shit. I know how like God was. So, man, I guess what I want to ask, though, is I'm back home, bro. I graduated, but I'm back home, my peoples. So I'm staying with my mom, my step pops, my little bro, my sister, and my niece. You know what I'm saying? We all in the house. We got a nice little house, you know what I'm saying? We not, it's kind of suburban, but we kind of like y'all, you know what I'm saying? You know how y'all got a system going, y'all got an ecosystem going, but y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all in between Capricorn and Cancer, you know what I'm saying? Y'all in the tropics with it. We in Babylon, but we running this system through this home, you know what I'm saying? So I guess what I'm trying to ask is, how do you let go of attachments? Like, because what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to find a way to bring my family to the Christ conscience, to, I guess, divinity. I'm trying to get them to be vegan, you feel me? And they trying, but, you feel me, it's certain cognitive deficits they can't get past, like the protein.
Check this out. This is exactly what I went through my journey. I had what we call it a, because this is a journey yourself. There is no family, there is just you. The only thing that matters is what you do. When you go to sleep at night, and you project those people again, you project me, you project Chief, whoever in your dream, they're as just as real as a projection in that dream as they are here. They really don't exist. It's just a projection of your mind, and you're just testing yourself. So let me tell you this. On my way out, I was trying to get my cousin to watch all the videos, and he was watching. He was like, oh yeah, yo, this shit is hard, it's the truth. However, he's still in Babylon. He's still working at UPS. Everybody, my Babylon mom, she showing her the food, how to eat right. However, she's still drinking beers and eating cheese. I can name a number. My cousin, he's still smoking cigarettes. I told him how to get out of the environment. He still want to stay there, going to work at a nursing home, smoking cigarettes every day, eating McDonald's every day. I love them, bro. I love them so much. I love them more than they love themselves. But you're not here to do that. You're here to love yourself. You're here first. You start with you. You need to build the mind on yourself for you. You need to, the answer, how you let go of attachments, is to focus on the kingdom. Realize that you are God. Realize that you are everything. They don't really exist. Nothing really exists. And what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to realize that if it's getting in the way of you being the best version of yourself, it has to go. And it's going to hurt. Nobody said it's going to be easy. They didn't say it was going to be easy, but that's what picking up your arm is all about. You pick up your arm. You gotta cut certain people off. I have cut off a lot of people. However, I don't act like I never had any time with them. I don't act like that. All the videos that I do, I use that energy, right? I use that pain. It's hard for me to look at a picture of my grandma. I ain't gonna lie, because she's getting big, she's deteriorating. You can just see her dying. And this shit eats me, it hurts. It hurts. So what I do is, I use that same energy and put it into a download. I make sure I'm in an environment that's straight. I make sure I'm straight. I'm healthy. I'm what I'm supposed to be. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm living in knowledge. And so now, number one, I can serve as an example. They can look at me and see, okay, obviously it works. They can see the difference. They can see what I'm doing. I'm actually living my knowledge. I'm not a false prophet. I'm doing what I'm telling them to do. I left the system. I'm not in the system telling them, guys, we got to leave the system. I left the system. Now I'm doing that. They didn't take me serious. Now they take me serious. They didn't take me serious back then. So try to convince them all you want. It don't really matter. What matters is what you do. Are you doing the right thing? Right? Yeah. So when I do the videos for them, like we never say they never existed. What you do is you use all that energy, put yourself like Darren says, a fire, right? Babylon is a fire. Where you at, it's all in one big old fire. And there's like a snake in the fire. Right? You want to save the snake in the fire, so you stick your hand in the fire to pull out the snake. These two things can happen. Number one, you're going to get burned because you're sticking your hand in the fire. You're still in a place that's on fire. You're still there trying to help people in the burning building. Number two, they're snakes, so they can bite you. They can actually hurt you. They can actually stop you. They can actually impede you further. So what you need to do, this is the wise thing to do, is to number one, get away from the fire, get some distance, go to where you're supposed to be, and get a long stick, which is this phone, which is this message, the internet. Let the internet be a long stick, and pull the snake out the fire. Number one, the snake can't bite you, they can't hurt you. You're already straight. You made sure you're straight. You made sure that you are doing what you're supposed to do. And number two, you can't go burn yourself because you ain't in the environment with them. You still ain't in that fucked up environment. You are in a position to help them now. That's a fact. You are not in a position to help them where you're at right now. You cannot help anybody because you haven't helped yourself.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, bro. It's like when I was there, I had started watching movies that was talking about veganism, movies that was talking about, you know, the audacity of the pharmaceutical industry and all of that stuff, just higher self-knowledge, right? And my first thing was, I got really excited. And I was like, yo, everybody gonna want to know about this. I started telling everybody I know about this stuff. And as I was teaching them, they was acting like they heard what I was saying. But then the following day or the following weeks would pass, and I noticed that this person wasn't making the change. And I was like, okay. I realized and I accepted that the greatest thing I could do to help people that I so-called cared about was to actually be the example for them to follow. Leaving Babylon, because people don't really pay attention to what you say, your actions going to speak a lot louder than your words. So when I left, and they realized ain't nobody seen me in a couple of weeks, ain't nobody seen me in a couple of months, and they start seeing me popping up, you know what I'm saying, in the tropics, teaching the knowledge. Now I truly got a listening ear. Now I truly got their attention. Now I truly can help them because, like Master Solar said, I'm in a position to help. How can you help anybody? How can I help somebody on a sinking ship when we both about to drown? How can I help somebody secure their oxygen mask without first putting mine on first? You know what I'm saying? You gotta accept the fact that this journey is a journey of self. This journey is about you. Truly, nobody else exists but you. At the end of this life cycle, you're going to be judged for what you do. And let me tell you that the most honorable prophet of the Christ has depicted hell in a way that nobody else has. Do you know what hell is? Hell is a place of guilt and regret. That is the two best words that the most honorable prophet of the Christ has provided us to describe what the hell realm is. You don't want to look back with this intelligence that you have, with this knowledge you've been given, with this objective truth that you've been given, like you said, and not use it. You are going to put yourself in hell, bro, if you don't take this key, open up that gate, and walk through the prison. Now, it's one thing if you didn't know. Okay, when you don't know, you can't be guilty of sin. Therefore, you can't be punished, you can't be convicted, and you can't be condemned to hell. But this particular age, and I must warn you, is the age of information. Every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess, because everybody will be given the truth. You know how many people are waking up because of these cell phones and the internet? 20 years ago, it was cool to be ignorant. Black people, we didn't know. We didn't know no better. But now, you literally have access to know anything you possibly could ever question. And it's streaming through someone who looks like you, comes from the same environment you come from, has overcome every obstacle you can think of. So therefore, because of the example of the most honorable prophet in the year of Christ, you will have no excuse for not doing what you know you were supposed to do, because everything you could possibly come up with that says that, oh, I can't leave the tropics, the most honorable prophet of the year of Christ has the answer for.
That's a fact. And I want to say something too, because it's like a lot of people out there will wait for other people to catch up. You can't do that. You have to understand that you got to push forward. You got to keep going. Like in a business or any successful thing that's ever been, no one's waiting for other people to catch up. We moving. This is a train. We going. I got shit to do. I got a legacy to live. You know. So you have to understand the importance of what you're doing. If you're a Babylon family, right? If your whole family offering went through a calm. If they die and you survive, they live on through you. So you have to understand, like, you have to really put yourself there mentally and be like, okay, so even if they choose not to in this lifetime, follow the knowledge, tap into the divine wisdom, and choose not to live the lifestyle you're living, guess what? They will live through you, because you're 23 of your father and you're 23 of your mother. So they're all going to genetically pass through you. You are literally the elevation or the evolution of your generation. We're here to break generational curses. We're here to break all that subconscious programming that we've been given to from Babylon. All of this stuff is what we're here to heal. So you have a duty, a responsibility to uplift these MODs. You have a responsibility to uplift this knowledge. It should be clear. Can you hear me? Give us a clear.
Good. Tell him this is clear.
You clear? Can you hear me, guys?
All right, I see you.
So as I was saying, you're here to be that example, man. I'm telling you, you have a duty. You know what I mean? You have a responsibility. So you need to take you and anyone else. But I'm telling you, generally 9 out of 10, you're probably the only one that thinks like you in your area, and this for a reason, bro. You have to understand that this journey that you're walking, this righteous path, is one that you're supposed to walk by yourself because you are the only one that exists. And you are the one that needs to proclaim the kingdom. You are the one that needs to fulfill the laws and make sure you're doing God's will. It doesn't matter about anyone else. Stop looking to other people to fulfill what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do that yourself. So I understand it might be hard. I understand it might be like, oh, I have a mom, I have a dad, I might even have a child. If you filter those thoughts through the divine wisdom and the knowledge that the most honorable prophet Elohim Christ gives us through these 5 sciences, you will come to find out that none of it exists. That's why the knowledge is there for you to filter your thoughts through, so you can understand what's true and what's reality versus what's an illusion. Because an illusion will have a spell cast upon you that will make you stay in hell. A lot of people are in hell right now and don't realize it. You are just happen to be one of the souls who is in hell and realizes it. So that's why it's important for you to be like, okay, cool. It's time for you to go on your journey. I'm telling you, you got to isolate yourself. You got to make sure that you're putting in the good knowledge and weed out all the fake people in your life. You should be, and this is for everybody, y'all should be looking at your lives right now, and you should be examining what serves you and what doesn't. What is bringing you to your higher self and making sure that it's evaluating out use to your reality. If something's not abuse, if something's not vibrating in the higher self, and something's not thinking how you're thinking, let that go because it's going to act as a stumbling block. You're like a ship that's trying to set sail, but you have all these anchors that are weighing you down. You have to cut the anchors, and you have to open the mast, and you got to be able to set sail. I'm telling you, people are your greatest source of food, and if you have bad people around you, then they're going to block you, and they're going to be a stumbling block. So and I got a question for you.
What's up, brother?
Do you have your natal chart already?
Yeah. I need to work on. I know she just introduced like the squares and the sextiles and all that shit.
Yeah. Aspects.
Where do y'all go to find that detailed chart? Because I go to Astro Charts, and the only thing I got, I'm just now learning how to like read my houses and shit. But I've been had like my Venus and all that shit, like Sun, Moon, Ascendant, all that good stuff. Just so y'all know real quick, my chart lit as fuck. But I do want Sheik to do my natal chart because I feel like he gonna find some shit I know I ain't seen yet. Cause I stopped at houses because I was like, bro, this shit is getting too deep. So I just let that shit go for a second. But I would like Sheik to do my shit one time. But
do you have $20?
Yeah, I mean shit.
You have access to $20. Are you able to get $20?
I can find $20. Let me see.
So there is nothing more valuable than investing in other than you. Use that $20. Go to Tarot.com. Go to Tarot.com and type in an essential birth report. Look for an essential birth report. So this essential birth report is going to give you one of the best breakdowns of your houses, your signs, your aspects. And then from here, you're going to have a good description of all of this. You can just take this as a little guide of you. This is who you are, good and bad. Take this and then look at your aspects, look at your placements, look at the houses, all of that. You can take those things, go into Google, just type it in. You're going to find a number of websites that you can find other descriptions for that same thing with, so that you can build an understanding of these parts of you. This is your genome. This is who you are. There's nothing more valuable than understanding.
And I know why I'm fucking up with my like letting go of my family too, because my moon is in Virgo, so that forces me to be like emotionally I'm stuck. You know, I don't want to say I'm stuck, but I'm stagnated within this space.
But you gotta try to get a service.
My son is in Libra though, so like I want to be free, but I be stuck.
No, what I was saying is you don't want to limit yourself to just your moon sign. You're a soul. You're a mind, and your mind is made of a collection of spirits. Your soul is a different expression of spirits. So although you do have a moon in Virgo, you can have a number of aspects that allow you to combat that. You can have a number of planetary placements that allow you to move beyond that. Because although we do have demons and debilitation, we also have angels and strengths that allow us to maneuver through these. So what I want you to understand is this is you. Your program is you. Your program is your ego. Your program is your sense of self. And there is nothing greater than knowing who you are. And there's not going to be anybody, although I understand you do want the most honorable prophet or advice to read your chart. Nobody is going to have the same drive to understand you like you are. Nobody's responsible for reading True's chart but True. I need to know everything about myself: Sun, Moon, Mercury, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Chiron, Ascendant, North Node, South Node. I need to know everything. And it's my responsibility to do so. All you got to do is go to Tarot.com, invest $20 in yourself, because I guarantee everybody in this chat has invested a lot more in dumb stuff that has given us nothing back. So these $20 is going to be one of the greatest investments you possibly ever going to make in your life. So you're going to get a complete understanding of you. And it is something that you need to put at the height of your priority list. After this live, I want you to pay attention to the demons of you, your lower self, that's going to block you and say that, no, this is more important. This is more important. You got to be able to shut those thoughts off and say, no, I'm going to invest my $20 into knowing me. I'm going to commit to this, because once I know me, once I master myself, then reality is mastered along with it, because I know that the observation that I'm seeing is me. You understand?
That's fair. Alright. Alright, I ain't going to take up too much time, bro. I just had to goddamn chime in. I'm proud of y'all, bro. I've been watching y'all for like, when she popped off of this first video, about damn near 3 years, 2-3 years now. So, hey man, keep it going. I was one of the first niggas in the room when he was saying he only talking to 10 people, and now he done grew this big ass audience. Y'all niggas be live all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming to the kingdom. I'm coming, bro. I'm coming to. Well, hold up. One more question. I'm probably gonna leave so somebody else can come in, but I want y'all to like answer this, because this some shit. This is like a chief level consciousness question. This is like, okay, there's no mistakes in the universe. We all know that, because you know, just like, so do y'all believe that the European was a mistake, or do you feel like it was a
Cancer is, Babylon is a part of nature.
Yeah.
Cancer is a part of nature. They're showing us what not to do. You gotta let that roll. That's why we're not getting too involved in trying to change Babylon. We're not trying to change Europeans. We just get away from them. Right? We actually love them. We actually understand them. And the world to destroy themselves. Peace God too. You know, they're gonna destroy themselves. They understand nature better than they do. Facts. Yeah. Love, and that love is understanding. So it's natural. It's all a part of the whole test. It's all a part of testing you and proving to yourself that you are God. This whole good and evil thing, bro. Like, you are God. You split yourself into multiple parts of yourself to experience yourself. So now you made yourself forget you are God. Now you gotta prove to yourself that you're God again. And this is how we do it. This is how we chose to do it.
It's a fact. The European is nothing more than the manifestation of our own ignorance. You have to understand that because the lower self exists right now, because we are out of tune and out of balance with ourselves. We used to live in nature. We were very, very harmonious. We were living in tune. We were eating up the earth. We were, doing everything up the earth. The European is just a reflection of what we didn't do. When we stopped disconnecting when we stopped disconnecting from the earth, we started eating things that weren't natural. Then we manifested a part of ourselves, literally a reflection of ourselves, and we generate a mutation of us that comes from, our lack of connection to the earth. So if you take a species of animal, you take it as a natural environment, what do you take to live in the environment in which it is right now? So we were literally left our natural environment, which is the tropics, the equator, Cancer, Capricorn. When we migrated out of these natural environments, this is when we started to mutate, and this is where you see the expression of the less melanated man and the pigment of their skin is because of a mutation from us leaving the natural environment. So don't look at them, don't point the finger at nobody. Anything that happens to you is because of you. It's not the white man, it's because of you. We were the ones, we have to take responsibility as melanated people. We have to take responsibility for everything that's happening. We didn't move from the equator to, unnatural environments, and that never would have came up. The only reason that the white man exists, the only reason that the European mindset exists is because it came from us first. You see what I'm saying? So we never put the finger at nobody. Take responsibility. Lower self or higher self.
Do y'all think Babylon is gonna I know y'all think Babylon gonna fall. I believe Babylon gonna fall, but do you think there's a way for us to confuse, I guess, technology, the European mindset, the European beliefs, and fuse it with nature in order to create some type of truth?
You got to understand that the European mindset is a cancerous mindset. It's a mindset that literally goes against nature. It steals from nature, it gives nothing back, and it uses nature in a bastardized form. You got to look at it like this, right? Let's go into biology. We're cells inside of the body, right? We're immune themselves. Everyone that lives in Babylon that does not know who they are, disconnected from the earth, disconnected from the sun, disconnected from the essence of what they truly are, they are cancer cells. As a cell inside of our body, you are trillions of cells. Is your body going to figure out a way for the cancer cells to fuse with your body? Or is your body going to figure out a way to destroy these cells?
Okay.
This is your body, right? Now imagine your body, because like I said, we're all cells inside of the body of our higher self. Imagine your body, because your consciousness is the government, the higher self of your cells. Imagine your body saying, hey, I think we should go over here and try to work it out with these cancer cells that's destroying the body. I think we should go down here and talk to these cancer cells. No. You want every immune system cell in your body, as soon as cancer is identified, to destroy them. Why are we, as immune system cells, playing these games with our lower self? We don't want the cancer cells to merge with nature. We want the cancer cells to be destroyed. And we are removing ourselves from the upcoming destruction because we know that the universe is fractal. Every bacteria, every disease, every cancer cell in your body that does not belong ultimately is destroyed. And the same thing is going to happen on the earth plane because, like I said, we're cells. Every cell that is cancerous will be destroyed. If you can't see that, then you might want to look a little bit closer into biology and how cells.
So
next,
the cell, basically the cancer, you look at how cancer works. As a cell in the body, you will see that cancer kills itself.
Right.
The way the whole behaviors, cancer, everything about it, they're going to destroy themselves. What we're here to do is to convict the weak and collect the elite. The only reason we're not trying to save or convert cancer cells. That's not what we're trying to do. We're sending out the signal to the immune system. We're sending out the signal to the chosen. If you're chosen, you're going to hear this message and you're going to do something about it.
Right.
If you're not, then you're just here to be convicted. You can't say you didn't know better. However, we're not here trying to save Babylon. There's nowhere in the agenda. We're just collecting the elite for when the body purges itself, when the body cleans itself.
Right.
Like True said, you are an organism made out of trillions of cells. The earth is an organism made out of trillions of cells. Bugs, plants, trees, all that. Us, humans. So when you think about it, when you get sick, what does your body do? Your body, it gets high, it heats up. These are all the things that your body does to cleanse itself of all sicknesses, all diseases, is the same thing that the earth is going to do. However, it's going to show up to us as natural disaster.
Right.
You're going to see, it's just like the movies in 2012 and stuff like that. You're going to see, cancer cells are going to destroy themselves through war, through all of their own ways. The food, the way that they're eating is killing them. They're literally just, their son is literally telling them to kill themselves. So that is literally their program. Their program is to kill themselves. That's what they're doing. So you don't really need a technology. No, don't worry about that. The only technology we need right here is the cell phone. As cells in the body of God, as cells, we use cell phones. Anybody how we all got cell phones? So the honorable prophet, the leader of Christ, has showed us our winning job to convict the weak and collect the elite is to proclaim the kingdom. We just proclaim the kingdom. We just go online, spit the message, put the knowledge out there, send out the signal. We're sending out a signal that you can't reach right now. Your environment won't allow you to reach the signal. The only way you're going to do this is on this line, is on this feed. That's why you've evolved to be, is because you're not able to talk or anybody else around you. We are out there living here, living in tune with nature. So we're sending out that code. If you're a lead, you're going to be collected. It's simple. You're going to have to apply knowledge to your life, though. That's all it is. So don't worry about technology like that. It's just cell phones, bro. Like, you should be proclaiming for 3 years. You should be proclaiming the kingdom. Your page.
I'll be proclaiming the fucking.
Your page should look like my page. If you really want to help your family, you really want to help your family, why doesn't your page look like my page?
I should be proclaiming. But
I see your name. But
look, check me out.
And you proclaim, keep proclaiming. Now you got to proclaim. Right. Now you got to proclaim. Next level. Now it's you against you. The only enemy is the enemy. You're the only one who will leave you back. The family members is just you.
Right. Yourself, inside of the body of God. And another thing I want to touch on, because he's talked about the immune system. You've got to think about it. What happens in the body when it heats up? The immune system gets activated. You hear things about global warming. You hear about the ice cap melting. You heard about Antarctica. You see the ice caps melting and the water's all draining down. You have to understand that what's happening right now is literally what's happening within your own body when you get sick. It's heating up, and then the immune system getting activated. This is why it's so important for you to get to the equator, because you've got this time right now. Certain people are receiving light codes that are activating codes inside of them to be in tune. When these natural disasters happen, we can see history repeats itself. So you can see in all these biblical times and all of these historical events, you can see that there's always been a great flood or a great natural disaster that's always taking place. You can see this recorded in history through many different civilizations. So conscience would say that, okay, this is going to happen again. And the reason it happens is because of our disconnection and attitude with nature. We don't have to worry about nature. The earth's not. No, the earth's going to be fine. It's going to be straight. We're the ones that have to worry about survival. We're the ones that have to worry about making sure that we thrive. So you have to put yourself in the best position to receive these codes, because it's going to pinpoint the position you like a GPS at the right place at the right time in order for you to survive. Remember, like I told you, is as long as you survive, we all survive. So you have to understand that we're going to be straight. We just have to make sure we're in tune with the universe so that we get the codes at the right time, the right place. If you go to Babylon and the natural disaster hits, are you going to be straight? You're going to get wiped out. You have to think about these things, guys. We gotta be higher than this. We think so, like, people are so mundane that they have such a primitive mind. When I say primitive mind, I mean their consciousness is so
my bad, not to interrupt. Y'all, I fuck around, thought y'all a long time, bro. I'm Christ. Look, hey, y'all be talking about Hollow Earth down there? Y'all be talking about Hollow Earth? Hollow Earth?
It don't matter about this.
That's something to confuse you.
Heard about the Hollow Earth?
Only thing
I think that's something to confuse you. Like a
it's a distraction. But all you need to know, this is all that you need to know. Hollow Earth. What is, we say Earth is a planet. What is the planet? You take away the T, what do you have?
Plane.
It's a plane. A plane is a level of thought and development. Listen, it's the level of thought and development, consciousness. So that means all is mental. Hermetic principle number 1. All you need to know is that you're walking around in your own mind. You don't need to know what shape it is. You don't need to know if it's hollow or not. You don't need to know what's on the other side of the sun. Don't matter. Everything is symbolic, bro. It doesn't exist. It's a dream. It's like going into your dream and being like, oh, this is hollow, planetmatic. Nigga, don't matter. It's simple. The only thing that matters is what you did. The only thing that you will judge yourself on is what you did. It's all symbolic. It don't matter, bro. It's a mental. You're in your own mind. There is no inside. There is no outside. It's both at the same time.
That's a point. That's what I wanted to tell you.
That's what they're not telling you.
Right.
That's what they're not talking about.
I wanted to tell you that you have to be able to use your critical thinking. Yeah, discernment is the word I was looking for. Mention. You have to use your discernment and prioritize what matters and what doesn't matter. Knowing Hollow Earth is not going to do anything for you while you're ignoring the immediate threats that's in your face. You know what really matters? GMO food. You know what really matters? It's a chemtrail. This is what I want you to understand. There's a lot of intellectual masturbators out there that get off on just knowing God. I'm serious. They masturbate. They masturbate. They get off on walking up to you and saying something about, did you know that Google 75 is the most planet in the stratosphere of the great equinox, fabricated technology of the 17th planetary dimensions on the vertex of the third horizon, with my antennas, bro, and my digital arms coming out of my Hadouken. You don't know where they going with it. You walk away, and you be like, you be like, okay. But my thing is with people, these intellectual masturbators, you have to watch out for them, bro, because they literally are trying to absorb the entire internet. Like Master Tron said earlier, and the most honorable prophet Leo the Christ has made this analogy as well. When you deprive someone of something for so long, whether it be food, whether it be water, whether it be information, whether it be sexual expression, once they finally get the opportunity to do so, they will overindulge every single time. Black people, or people in general for that matter, have been withheld. All of this information that was once occult, which means hidden, is now being presented right here at the surface in the palms of your hands. So people are trying to literally absorb the entire internet overnight. And a lot of people are walking around with a bunch of useless information. How can you tell me about the 17th dimension and walk past a chemtrail that's right in front of your face? How can you tell me about the 32nd degree masonry lodge that's down the street underneath the sewage tunnels? And you ain't talking about this GMO object right on the shelf in your supermarket. How can we talk about these aliens that's coming on a blue spaceship on the 30th, and we ain't gonna talk about the chemicals in your water? Prioritize what matters, bro, and stop falling victim to these people that just want to battle you.
Like the shape of the earth, I keep talking about the shape of the earth and not know how to live in tune with it. You know what I'm saying? People talk about, oh, it's flat, oh, it's hollow. What relevance does that have? Are you in tune with it? Are you living in tune with it? Do you eat of the earth? Like, honestly, people talk about the shape of the earth, don't even know what the earth is. You understand me? The earth is literally like, the earth is a plane, like you said, it's a plane level of existence. And really what it is, it's a thought, and what we hear is symbolic, and it's not a place that we're supposed to create heaven on earth. No, you have to understand this is a place that you are privileged to be in order for you to ascend. You have to understand it's here to test. It's all symbolic. It's here to test you, to test your morale, to test whether you're pure or not. If you have a pure heart, then guess what? You get to graduate from this realm. This is not somewhere we're supposed to stay and we're supposed to know. You couldn't tell. That's why you were raised in hell. That's why you came up out of hell, is because this area right here is not for you to live in. I'm not trying to make the best. No, I'm not trying to make the best of anything. I'm trying to lead. I'm trying to ascend. So you have to do that through divine knowledge itself. You have to do that through the teaching of the most honorable prophet Leo the Christ, teaching the 5 sciences and living by them. That's what's going to help you and get you to ascend. I'm not here to be happy. I'm not here to make the best of my situation. What I'm here to do is I'm here to go through trial and tribulation. I'm here to get persecuted. I'm here to pick up my bump and walk the righteous path. I'm here to elevate my conscious mind to a frequency so that when I leave this realm, I don't have to come back here. Because people reincarnate back to this earth realm because of the frequency of thought that they were elaborating on. People worrying about chasing the bag. People trying to secure the bag and trying to get clothes and trying to be happy, trying to do all the things that they can overindulge in. These things are human desires. These things are not of a God mind. When I say human, I mean lower self. You know what I'm saying? A God, an entire self, is someone that is not worried about the worldly attachments to cars and clothes. I got a bag along that. All that, that's all the lower self. You know, we're higher vibrational beings. You gotta understand we're gods. And to be a God, we're God as human. And to be that, you have to embody that completely. That means you have to make own God decisions. Not man, no, God, you gotta make God decisions. You gotta let go of all kinds of things. Let go of what no longer serves you. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you're going to be able to ascend. If you have attachments here, you're going to reincarnate back here because you never let go.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
It's a fact. So, bro. Say the final destination. This ain't it. This is a purgatory. It's a test. It's a chance, like, bro, like, you have the knowledge, you're gonna gain the knowledge, but you're gonna judge yourself on what you did. You can have gain as much knowledge as you want. You can hear the truth. You can put this in your ear. Yeah, you can hear the truth as much as you want. But what are you gonna do? It's morals and principles. It's commitment. It's to doing the right thing no matter.
That was a legit question.
What question?
What if
morals over desires?
That's a good question.
Morals and principles. We're humans, yes. And as humans, we have desires. We do. We want to feel good. We want the things that taste good and look good. We want that. However, as a God, we have to give ourselves what we need objectively. I love myself means I give myself the very best. That's a fact. You cannot give yourself the very best if you do not know who you are and what this is. So if you truly love yourself, that means you understand yourself, divine on yourself. Then you can give yourself the very best. If you give yourself the very best, you start to look like us. You start to be doing what you're doing.
he think the live ended.
Are you there, bro?
My bad, bro. Like, for some reason, bro, my volume just died. It's like my microphone switched to my, like, you know,
we can hear you clear. You hear us?
I can't hear y'all good. That's why I got the phone up to my ear. They had like, I don't know, somebody called me and it fucked up the whole signal.
That's cool.
Yeah, but bro, look, I gotta go clock into my goddamn 9 to 5 because I'm still in this bitch ass system. But
hey, if you wanna start accessing your cosmic currency, if you wanna start accessing the power of nature and see that the universe will provide for you, one of the steps you're gonna have to take is to quit that 9 to 5. Because I mean, like I said, we can talk. I did it. I actually orchestrated my way out the military. Y'all talking about quitting the 9 to 5. I had 2 years left on my military contract, and I figured out a way to get out because I told myself that I don't care what happens after this. I've identified and convicted myself that I belong to an organization because I have moved in the 11th house. So my emotional fulfillment comes from being a part of an organization or a group. But once I figured out what my group was attached to, once I figured out that, wow, I was trained to kill people, I belong to an organization that goes into countries, murders people to take their natural resources. And although I wasn't directly killing people and shooting people, I was still attaching myself to a bad karma cycle. So if I can orchestrate myself out of a 2-year contract left with the military, the people on the other side of this camera and you can find it in yourself to quit a 9 to 5. You can do it, man. Once you and I'm telling you, once I orchestrated my way out of the military, I was blessed. The universe took care of me. The universe showed me that I was going in the right direction. And the same thing will happen to you if you leave that system because it's symbolic. You step away from the system in one way, you take one step towards the universe, and the universe will take two steps towards you.
No, man, you gotta take that commitment though. You ain't gonna do it if you ain't committed. Right. You gotta, like, after you quit that job, it's like, go hard. Like, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. You can't just take one step and be like, oh, that was cool. Otherwise, you're just gonna fall back down, bro. You gotta focus. You gotta focus on what really matters. It's not about quitting the job. But you gotta understand the bigger picture. You gotta realize this is all a test of you. And once you quit the job, well, you're gonna have you gotta be careful. You gotta do something else. It's gonna be another test. It's gonna be something else you gotta let go of. Your family is usually your first component. Like, first of all, you're gonna realize about yourself, you've been fucking up, you've been living a lie. And then when you start trying to teach people about it, you're gonna find certain family members, or you're gonna actually play a stumbling block for it. It might appear as a sweet lady.
I understand that shit.
You're gonna have those enemies. And that's gonna be a new level. It's gonna be a new level. You're gonna have to get past that. After you quit the job, okay, cool. But then you're gonna have to let go of your family. You're gonna let go of certain attachments. You're gonna have to let go of a lot of shit, bro. It doesn't get easy. Nobody said picking up your uncle walking was easy.
Hey, hold up. Watch your mouth, bro. You finna get blocked, nigga. Somebody said I ain't finna quit my job.
He already blocked.
You lucky I ain't in combination.
Like, I gotta go back to where I got back. It's like, all right, now let's go talk to the guys. I'm gonna go work for the devil again. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Somebody manage the devil.
I'm working towards something that's not. I'm not so much serving the. I'm a server. I'm a waiter right now at the bar. So I mean, I'm still serving alcohol and bullshit, you know. But the bar is not super low vibration. It's black owned. You know what I'm saying? So
black owned is European owned. That money is owned by the bank.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Yeah.
It ain't got nothing to do with the people. Like, I can tell you must have somebody watching your chart or something. But I'm a Libra Sun, Virgo Moon, Libra Mercury. My Venus is in Virgo. My Mars is in Leo. I forgot the rest of my chart. You don't want to let people down, bro. You don't want to cause problems.
You don't want to make some decisions.
You don't want to make some decisions. That's basically what you're dealing with. So, yeah, you need to know that about yourself, number one, and don't let that hold you back. Don't let that keep you there. All right, you don't worry about people's feelings. Don't worry about that shit. Like, that's not what it's about. These people don't exist. It's a test for you. You got to be right. Libras can see the two sides of the same coin. Go zoom out and see the big picture. You cannot serve two masters. You're either gonna love one and hate the other. And for you to be on a
and see, I be fucking myself up because I can see the European side and I can see the African side, and you feel me? And I always battle with myself.
Is the European side too?
That too. That part too, nigga. That part too.
Don't be distracted. You way too distracted. You need to be focused on that chart. You need to be focused on going out to nature where you're at, see the Queens of Brown, seeing you in Georgia. I would just be consumed with cheap videos. Yeah. I would just be getting away from people, staying far away from as many people as I can, and just watching the videos. Really watching the videos. Becoming a master of astrology, master of all the five sciences. Truly figuring out who you are. That's where your energy should be going. Not into getting money. Not into working for a devil. Not into going to a bar for 9 to 5. Bro, you know that's wrong. You know that's wrong. Like on some shit. Like, you cannot serve two masters. You cannot.
And I was in the process. I had messaged Tron. You were responding to me actually because I made a flyer. I was low-key starting Carbonation Atlanta, nigga, on some shit. Yeah, I was low-key starting Carbonation Atlanta, but
I remember that.
it's just
funny. You know what's funny?
Yeah.
I did that message right before. I got a message. I said something about it. You know, we're like, that's not what we should be doing. We should not understand. You promoting that in the environment that you're in is just like, hey, people there. Let's not do that.
Yeah.
I just be That's why I go with it. I was like, bro, you cannot do that. That's not that same thing that people are doing in Babylon right now. Talking about Africanism in America. People are like, oh, we supposed to go to Africa. And then they promote you, setting up lectures and have you come every Sunday. These lectures talking about going to Africa. And that would be the same type shit you were about to do. And I was like, you're doing that, bro. Get your stuff up. You want to start all that stuff? Cool. Let's do that in the tropics.
Worry about you, bro. Worry about you. I'm telling you, bro. Worry about other people. Way too much, my nigga.
That's facts. Bro, I was driving myself crazy. Because even when I was trying to get on my polygamy shit, bro, I had been with my shawty for like 3. I had found her in the midst of me becoming conscious. So like we low-key went on a journey together. You feel me? So and she's crazy as fuck, bro. She's a fucking like, bro, she's a Gemini. No, she's a Scorpio with a Gemini moon, and her fucking ascendant is Aries. Her ascendant is fucking Aries, bro. She's fucking crazy as hell. But look, all of her houses are. She's the ruler of every house though. All her houses is the ruler. So first house fucking Aries, second house Gemini, third house Taurus. You feel me? All the way up to Pisces. So I was like, okay, I like that. But you feel me? But she wasn't going because she got a lot of masculine energy in her. So you feel me? When I would be like, yo, I'm trying to proclaim to claim them. You know what I'm saying? I would show her downloads. You feel me? But she was like, no, if you gonna have a girl, I'm gonna get another nigga type shit. I'm like, bitch. You feel me? And you know my heart, bro. My Venus is in. You feel me? So my fucking Venus is in Virgo. So I'm not super. You know what I'm saying? But my Libra, my sun is in Libra and my Mercury is in Libra. So, I'm a free spirit. I flirt with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
It's an attached relationship. And you're really attached to relationships. And Venus Virgo makes you want to appeal to people. Like, you'll sacrifice doing the right thing just so people will like you. Virgo likes you.
I do that sometimes. That's why I'm living my fucking people. Because I could have really got away, but I was me trying to help them and bring them with me. And you feel me? Now I'm realizing, because I've been seeing y'all.
You gotta understand, these people are Babylon. So are you trying to be accepted by your lower self? Are you trying to be accepted by Babylon? You gotta see that you're more intelligent than these dudes. You can't. I'm not looking to be accepted by my lower self. You have to be the example for them. They're gonna look for acceptance from you. You have to be like, eventually they're going to rise that frequency and they're going to be looking to you because you're going to be the one that's going to map out everything for them. You got to understand you're setting the way and you're paving the way for people that are looking up to you. You got to understand within yourself that you are a person that people look to. You know what I'm saying? So stop trying to be accepted and look by other people. And that's going to be through your chart. When you know your chart, then you can see your negotiations. You can be like, oh, that's this aspect playing out right now. Or wait, that's my Virgo and Venus playing out. Or my Virgo Moon, that's playing out. I'm looking for acceptance, but you have to accept yourself. Not looking for it to be accepted by other people. You have to love yourself and get yourself the very best. Because that's the only way you're going to magnetically attract a woman. Like you just said, you were in the middle of coming to your higher self in the midst of being in that relationship.
Man, and she held me back for so long, bro. It was so hard. And I'm still battling with her.
Hold on. First of all, you can't say that she did anything because at the core of all of your problems, nobody forced you to be with her. You chose to continue to
when you point the finger, you miss the point. Yeah. Hell yeah.
And keep giving your energy to what doesn't serve you and then start blaming that entity because you're the one that's giving your attention and your energy to it. Once you identified that this person was a stumbling block, what you should have did, you should have let it go and you should have took that energy and redirected towards something that was actually assisting you. On your journey, there's very specific things that you need to be doing and paying attention to. And there was somebody in the comment section that was saying over and over again, but what if the reflections are trying to understand and they don't understand? That is a sorry, pathetic excuse. The way the most honorable prophet, Ezekiel the Christ, delivers the kingdom of God is a way that is understandable to that of a child. If you are unable to understand the 5 sciences, the way that the most honorable prophet Ezekiel the Christ delivers it, then that just means that your program has been locked in and you're destined to not grasp the knowledge at this time. Because the way it's being is undeniable, it's easy to understand. It's not difficult. The difficult part is actually applying what you gain because it's a constant battle of an environment that is programming you to do things like you're about to do right now. That 5% mind that is able to articulate itself and grasp your knowledge is not going to be able to combat that 95% of your mind that is subconsciously running. Your mind is telling you to go to work right now.
Hell yeah.
And I'm telling you, you're going.
Watch out, bro. Don't do that. I'm sorry.
Your conscious mind is unable to defeat. You're trying to match up 5% power versus 95% power. Everything today subconsciously has been telling you to participate, obey, support the system, go to work, get a job, serve money. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
So the only way you're going to be able to truly get into by yourself is to isolate yourself from these suggestions that are trying to keep you in your lower self. And they're everywhere. They're in the music. They're on t-shirts. They're on billboards. They're coming out the mouths of people who appear to be your family. It's everywhere. People need to understand that you're actually being attacked. You're being attacked 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah. That's facts. That's facts.
It's not a
It's you, bro. There's nothing outside of you. That's all. It's an obstacle. And some people get so attached to the obstacle. That's honorable prophecy of Christ is an example, right? It's like playing Super Mario. If you're supposed to jump over this, you're supposed to jump over this person, this little enemy, little super nigga. You're supposed to jump over him, but you're like, oh, I like it. And you never progress in the game because you are attached to an obstacle. This thing is here for you to get over. It's not here for you to attach yourself to. All of those things around you right now are a distraction. They are, like you can tell. It's a distraction. It's a bad distraction.
Look, watch this though. Hold up. I'm gonna show y'all. Look, I'm still on the frequency. Watch this though. Look. We got, don't mind the cheese. I don't think that's cheese, not cheese. But look, it's vegan cheese. Look, it's vegan cheese. It's broccoli and rice and corn. Look. Look. Bro, I'm coming, bro. Stop, bro. I'm trying. Look, I ain't gonna eat no corn.
Look, man, it ain't too much about what it is that you have. Don't worry about game things. Don't worry about what you have right now. It's all about what you do with what you have. Because I came from a messed up situation. I came from a real messed up situation. How I used all that energy. I got from that person that tell you don't eat that. Who is all that people? I'm focused on all of becoming the best version of myself. That's what all my energy was. I was eating peanut butter sandwiches out the cupboard, but I'll make it look for a minute, bro. I was eating some GMO stuff, and so I had it, but I had to use it. And eventually it got better, it got better. I cost me $5,000. I cost me $1,000 for hospital. As I stopped caring about what other people did, I stopped caring about what other people thought about me. I started looking crazy. Real shit. Yeah. It's okay. Because what I did, what I have now is simply where I'm at. I lost a lot of stuff.
Alright, y'all.
And I gained eternal life for it. So the price fight. Don't worry about money. It don't cost you enough to apply the knowledge to your body.
Damn, bro.
This is what it looks like in the Testament. This should be a testament to everybody on the line. This is the separation in the room. This is exactly what's happening to you in your world at a different point. There's something pulling you away from the frequency constantly, whether it be a person, whether it be a job, the fear of losing something, whatever it may be, the TV, whatever. From the knowledge, from the truth, and you have to be able to combat that because you set this obstacle course up. You're not supposed to look at the challenges, you like the challenges. You're supposed to identify what you need to do in order to overcome that. All the answers have been given to you. Isolated. We know where the and I'm going to say this to the people that's listening. We have been trained by the European mindset of education. And we have associated that with intelligence. The most highly prophet, even if I can see that and watch the wise man, but they're living in this world. God knows what are you doing?
What happened?
Look, hey, Paul, I'm disconnected. I didn't know this. Hey, there's a lot of noise in the background.
Oh, my bad, bro. My bad. Can you hear me?
I hear what you're saying, bro, right? Like, tap in, right?
Yeah, I'm tapped in.
Can y'all hear us? Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up.
Is it you can't hear us, or you can't hear because of his noise?
I think it's us. I don't think they can hear us. Oh, here it comes up.
Can you hear us?
You coming in or not?
Thumbs up if you hear us.
We're going to hang up, bro. That's why I'm saying.
What?
That's right.
They're saying his background.
We're going to hang up on you, bro.
All right.
That's all. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us?
Right.
But you saying some good shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to get people to understand.
It's like an example. It's like
Like you could continue what you're saying. Yeah, I'm about to say.
I just want to make sure they can hear us.
Yeah.
All right.
No, got it.